Okay, so ready to record.
Randomly start talking about personal stuff for no reason so that the podcast starts weirdly.
Why would I do that?
So I've got these terrible rashes that are they appear occasionally, and we have no clue why. It's weird. It's strange. You don't want to know where they anyway.
Okay, it is officially 8:00. We should record now.
Oh, we're recording.
We are?
It's already happened.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already started. This is in the podcast.
Well, we're so bad at this. It's fine. Or maybe it's just me. You're a great co-host.
You're a great co-host.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to number 15, the podcast. This is 15. The second episode now.
I've got to pull up the Google Doc. Hold on.
Wow, you're so we're so good at this.
I have it open on my computer, but I can't swap from this.
Fair. We're so prepared.
Guys. We're prepared. We're ready. We're here.
Amazingly
We're doing this.
Prepared.
My makeup on fleek.
Never say that again.
Why? What? Why? How long do you fellas have the pod? We do a 2-hour podcast generally ish.
Roughly around there. Yeah. Okay, anyway. So yeah, welcome back guys to number 15, the podcast.
Today we have some awesome topics to talk about.
Yeah,
Very
so I think we're gonna start I think this is a fun thing that we kind of thought of, where we kind of want to start a little segment at the beginning of each podcast of just weird, funny weekly news that or weird news articles or things that happen during the week in the world that are kind of just random for no reason. Who just called our podcast stupid? Ray!
I'm offended. Ray, if
y'all aren't aware, for those of you listening on another platform, we are recording live right now on our not our Discord. It's
our Discord. It's a
Discord. Yeah, that's all that matters.
Discord,
it's a Discord.
Yeah.
In the House of Vox Discord.
Vox's Discord.
We are currently reading chat, and y'all, wow, stupid in a good way. Okay, at least it's stupid in a good way.
Excellent.
But yes, we are kind of reading chat as well while we go. So if you would like to listen to us record live, we record on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and what is that? 1 a.m. UTC?
I have no idea.
That is time conversions, guys.
UTC.
UTC or GMT. What are they the same thing? They're kind of the same thing. Anyway, I know that's UK time. So, anyway, okay, you put down this first one, Dawn. Do you wanna explain what that is?
Oh yeah, so there's a guy that won the lottery with fortune cookie numbers, which is a thing. People do that. People win the lottery.
Is it just the
number? The number? Yeah. Whenever you open your fortune cookie, there's the little numbers. There's a bunch of 2-digit numbers. Yeah. He just put those in as his lottery ticket number, and he won.
What the heck?
Yeah, he won $4 million putting in fortune cookie. Yeah.
So I might have to go out after this and get 100 fortune cookies. Sorry, guys.
Well, then you got to get 100 lottery tickets.
I gotta go get some fortune cookies now.
That's $10 worth of fortune cookies, but that's at least $100 worth of lottery tickets, which
Yep.
I'm not willing to. That's not worth it. The lottery. I'm not lucky enough to win the lottery.
I'm
with
not
any
lucky.
Numbers. Yeah, I could get the right numbers and then I would still lose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There would be something would happen. They'd be like, oh, actually, we decided to not have a winner for this lottery.
I
And
would
it's
like
like,
get the winning lottery ticket, and then out of the 100, I would lose the one winning one, something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, the second one I'm really excited about. This one's really funny. Apparently a TikToker escaped a shark attack by punching it in the face.
So the reason why that works is because sharks have all of their sensory organs right in their nose, and it's a very sensitive area. So if you hit them in the nose, that's a legitimate tactic. Is you hit sharks in the nose, and they will,
Really?
yeah, they'll back off. Because they just want to, most of the time, whenever sharks attack, they are just trying to test you. They bite things to test it, and
Fair.
they just want to see. They just want to, is this food?
Essentially, yeah. Well, it
And if you,
says that she won her name is Heather West, and she won a confrontation with a lemon shark that
those are
lashed on her
dangerous.
foot.
Those
Yeah.
will mess you up.
And so she just punch it. She went. So
Lemon
she was
sharks.
snorkeling off of what is this dry tortoise national park? I don't know how to read that. Words.
I don't know
And
because I don't have
she was with friends,
article.
and they went to visit the little Africa reef. And turned back, and so she was the last person in the water. And so, yeah, so that's cool. That's really funny. And I mean, not funny. I'm so sorry. That is not funny. I should say that. But also,
No,
that's kind of hilarious. Good on you for fighting a shark. Now you can say
right.
you won a battle against a shark. Like, honestly.
It's impressive. I don't want to go up
That
against
is.
a shark.
I
Yeah, I don't
wanna go up
even.
against a
So
shark.
I went to Hawaii, and I didn't even go in the ocean because last time I went to Hawaii,
Really?
it tried to kill me. Like, and not even sharks, just like I nearly
Just
drowned
the water.
while surfing, and then I nearly like I went underwater just like a little bit,
Yeah.
and the whole bottom, the whole floor of the ocean is just rock, and then
Uh-huh.
the what are the spiny sea urchins? It's just rocks and patches of massive patches of sea urchins, 4 feet underwater. 4 feet underwater, and you're surfing over it, going like 15 miles an hour. It's ridiculous. That is death. That is
Sounds like a
death.
skill issue.
And plus, I got so sunburned that I was dehydrated for like a week. So that's fun. That's
Speaking of
fun.
hydration, I'm gonna
Yeah,
drink
we
some
gotta
water.
drink some water. You first, and then I'll drink some water.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah,
Nice H2O.
so an Australian man has earned a world record by
Yeah.
stacking 6 M&Ms on top of each other, which is impressive. If you have ever tried to stack M&Ms on top of each other,
Actually, that
it's
really
nearly
is
impossible.
impressive. So does that mean if I can stack 7
7, yeah.
M&Ms,
You,
I can be a world record
so
holder?
with the Guinness World Records, they make you do it by sometimes a number of magnitude greater. So it would probably have to be like 2 more or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you could with 7. Maybe you could.
Well, no, the tallest the previous record was 5.
Oh, okay. So that, yeah.
So it was just the one more. So hey guys, if you want
Great. I'm
to
gonna have
be
to
a world
blur my
record
cup.
holder, stack M&Ms in your free time, I guess.
I'm gonna have to blur my cup out. Great.
Why?
If you have, it's got on this side. It's got a name of a company.
Interesting.
2 companies.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
you might. Yeah, you might have to blur out mine
Anyway.
too.
So
I'm gonna cover it.
I think we should actually save the last one because that's not new news. That is news that has been around since like 2019 or something like that.
That's not new news.
And we'll
but
get to
that's
that.
definitely-
We'll get to that.
We'll get to it because it is also part of today's general topic for today. Because Dawn had written something down. We have a Google Doc, where we put down little podcast ideas.
Indeed.
Am I lagging? No,
But,
I think I'm okay. Okay.
So speaking of Australia, there's
You know,
Where is it? I had it somewhere in
no, it
here.
should be right underneath like this
Oh,
episode.
so my buddy he brought up there are
Some weird. There's some weird
weird creatures in
species.
Australia. But so
Yeah.
there's a species called oh, here, let me just
Is
Jesus
it the poodoo
Christ,
bird?
that is insane.
Is it the poodoo bird?
Oh, I wanted to talk the putu bird is amazing. It's so funny.
Dude,
There
okay,
are
I saw that and I was so confused. I was like, what the heck is this thing? I don't know if we can, but hey, for the video, maybe put a picture of one of these things in the
Yeah.
video because these things, guys, these things look weird. They look like a tree branch.
They look like a tree branch, but then they also have these massive eyes. Oh,
They're
okay.
like weird beady eyes, and they like stare into your soul.
They're the
and
the derpiest looking birds ever. I love them. They look like
They really are.
sticks, and then they look like a branch of a tree, like a broken branch of a
Yep.
tree. And then all of a sudden they'll like look at you, and they open their eyes massive, and
Just
they're these yellow, terrifying eyes that.
yeah,
But they
well,
look so
imagine,
derpy
like,
that it's not scary. Like they're just
no, they're
cute
just
little
like
weird birds.
Like I'm just picturing one like if you saw one on a tree branch, like you just thought it was a tree branch, and all of a sudden it moves, and you're like, "What the heck? That tree branch just moved."
And then it looks at you and opens these massive yellow eyes,
No.
and then it looks like a derp.
That
They look derpy though. They're so cute.
they are very derpy. They're so adorable.
Wallabies in Australia are eating poppy fields and getting high and making crop circles. And these Australian farmers were freaking out. They're like, there are these circles appearing in our crops, and like all of the like
Yeah,
it's got to be aliens, right? No,
Gotta be
just
aliens.
just
Well, 'cause there's
wallabies
other
getting high.
well, because there's some like crop circles like around the world
Oh, yeah.
too that are completely unexplainable. So it's natural to think that, but that's really funny that they just ended up being high wallabies.
There was like group of college kids that would go out and they would take logs and roll them in people's crop fields just to make
to make
crop circles. But there are unexplainable ones. Like there
Yeah.
are ones where there are farmers that like go.
And they happen overnight. And it's like
Yeah.
super intricate, and it's like you would not be
Yeah.
able to get this done in a few hours. Like that
Yeah.
would take possibly like there's some that I've seen that are like this would take months. Like it would not happen overnight. And like they're insanity.
Intricate shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder.
It's
It makes
crazy.
you wonder.
It does.
So, there, there in Australia there was a war fought against birds.
What?
Emus, yeah. There was a
Wait,
emu war.
Emu war? What is
And Australia lost. Australia lost a war against giant prehistoric birds.
Please explain this.
There's
I didn't know this.
There's a massive amount of these. They're like emus are like ostriches.
Yeah.
But they're
like,
terrifying, and they have this like horn on them, and like
they're scary. Like these things are genuinely scary.
they will mess you up too. They're aggressive birds.
Yeah.
And Australia, they actually they sent out their army to fight these birds because there were so many of them. They were causing huge problems, and they lost. They lost the war. They just gave up because there were so many of them.
Oh my god.
I love it. I love it.
Oh god. Oh my god. It's crazy. That is crazy. Okay, also I see here on the list what are wombats? Like I keep hearing about wombats, but I don't actually know what they are.
Wombats-
I guess I should like look up a picture, huh?
Yeah, they're adorable little creatures that poop squares.
Oh, it's these things.
They poop squares. They poop cubes, little cube
Oh my god.
poops.
They're so cute. Okay,
They're
I do
very
know what these
interesting creatures.
are. They're really
Yeah,
cute. The wombats are so cute.
they're adorable. I
I
love
kind
them.
of just want to go to Australia just to like see
Oh,
cute
I
animals.
wanna go to Australia and go out to the outback, and I I uh,
There.
I went and got my survival certification, but well, I
Yes.
didn't actually get certified because I split my finger open and
I remember you
had to
telling
go.
me
Yeah,
that.
um, but but I would
Didn't we
love to
talk
go
about
out
that
there and
last week?
serve. Probably, I don't know.
I think
I
we
don't
may
know.
have because I know we talked about a bunch of injuries and like,
Yeah, yes.
and then I was like, speaking of survival, I think
Speaking
we
of
might have.
survival,
I don't know. I can't keep track of what I know and what I don't know from
right?
when.
Yeah, we talked about a lot
Yeah.
of things and we didn't write any of it down, so
Nope. It's not.
but that's
That is
okay.
very true. It's fine.
Yeah, I
Um,
realized I just wrote down a bunch of creatures, just interesting creatures, but it's not
I
very interesting to the podcast listeners that are just audio. Like I'll need to put
it's just
like
like
pictures of all of these things up
the
for it to
heck is
be.
this National Geographic? Yeah. Like okay, but
But oh, so oh
okay,
no,
axolotls. I
oh
just did
there's
axolotls
it.
because axolotls are really cute.
Axolotls are
Axolotls
crazy.
are they're so
Axolotls are
cute.
they're a type of salamander that they don't go out of the what is the stage of so the
Is it not metamorphosis?
well they
Um,
don't actually become salamanders. They stay in the stage right before, and I can't remember what it's
whatever.
called, but yeah, and
I
they
know what
have
you mean.
so
I
yeah, so they're
we've been trying to
completely underwater creatures. They're
yeah.
these they have gills and stuff, and
They're so
they have
pretty.
regenerative properties. So they if they
They're
lose a
very
limb, they grow it back. And I'm pretty
that's
sure
crazy.
like they can lose it multiple times and it'll
Yeah.
just always grow
And they
back.
just like it's basically like a superhero with a cute little animal.
And they are adorable. Yeah,
They are
they're cute
absolutely
little
adorable.
monsters.
I
Um
I have a friend who actually owns an axolotl.
oh nice. So
And it's
they're
so
only
cute.
found in a single lake in Mexico. One
They're so
lake.
cute. I
It's
like
insane.
honestly, like I would probably be terrible at owning one, but like they're
I
really
would too.
cute. I
They're
see.
adorable.
I
I
don't
want a
think
leafy
I get
sea
like. I
dragon.
want. I think I want a dog one day. Maybe a cat. Who knows? But at the same time, they're like a lot of work that I need to wait a few years
Fair.
before I'm like,
Fair.
can I take care of a living creature that's not myself?
Right?
Or just
Same.
in general, can I take care of a living creature, including myself?
Right. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I got to take care of both. It can't be one or the
like
other. It has to be both.
no,
But in
because I know
that's
if I had a dog of my own, like we have pets, but they're my family's pets.
uh-huh.
And I know if I had like one of my own, it would be like I would just take care of it, and then I'd like be like, I can like eat later. It's fine. I just need to focus on this animal. Oh my
But
god, it's so
here's the
cute.
problem.
Okay,
If you
so the
die, so
guy,
does the animal. So
you need
you
to
got to
look
take
in
care of
number
both.
15 chat right now.
Okay.
You need to look
What is
in the
this?
chat right
The
now.
axolotl. Yeah, they're
Look at it.
I
He's
like the
so
picture above
cute.
it.
They can also
Ah!
only wait, is that an actual fact that they can only get pregnant for 72? Oh, pandas. I see. Pandas can only get pregnant for 72. The hell?
Interesting.
Really? Meanwhile, like,
Um
humans
we don't know
are
much
pregnant for 9
about
months.
pandas sexualities because they're so weird. They
Pandas are just
just won't
cute.
do it in like captivity. They just won't. That's why they're
Really?
dying off. Yeah, it's sad. Yeah.
I
So
love pandas. They're so cute. I thought
that's
you were
why
going to talk about them
preservation
being
of
gay
them
or
is
something, and I was like, we welcome all of the gays here.
we do. It's true.
We do.
Um.
Um, oh
So
my god, I love these pictures of axolotls.
I didn't know
Everyone's sending them.
pangolins are mammals. Pangolins are scaled
Wait,
mammals.
Wait, what the hell are pangolins? Hold up, I need to
Oh,
look
they're
up a
these
picture of
little
this thing.
they're
I don't.
little mammals with huge
They're
claws, and
Yeezy!
yeah, they're scaly and they roll up into a ball.
They're so cute. Oh yeah, and they're very cute.
They are. They
Wait,
are.
they're mammals?
They are. Yeah. Yeah.
They're not reptiles.
No. No, they kind of look like it, but look at the nose. You can tell by the nose.
Ah, I see, I see, I see, I see.
And they have
Yeah,
hair
so
on their
cute.
underside, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they don't.
They're so
They
cute.
are
I
adorable.
love
So
it.
are
Yeah,
glass
no, they do
frogs.
look like
I've
they
got
have
a
hair underneath. Aw.
glass frogs are frogs that have clear undersides. They you can see through them. You can actually like
Oh,
see their hearts
I
beating and
don't know if
stuff.
I'd want to see that.
It's actually very interesting. It doesn't look weird
Really?
at all. It's yeah. Okay, so I do have one on here that is rat kings, which is a rat
Aw.
king is a
Is
phenomenon
it like,
where a bunch of rats like they don't know how it happens, but their tails get all tangled together and then they die most of the time because they can't like move around and
but why is it called a rat
they're
king?
terrifying. I don't because it's a bunch of rats tangled together.
Oh, I guess. But still, that just
It's
sounds
very
like a rat
interesting, and that's
cluster
actually
or
like
something.
if you look it up, that's what they're called too. So it's very weird.
Strange. That
All
is
right,
very weird.
let's get away
That is,
from. Oh,
yeah,
okay. One more thing, cane
yeah.
toads. Cane toads were introduced to
What
Australia
are
in
those?
1930s. They're poisonous toads that they introduced to get rid of a certain
Oh,
grub that were killing. I think it's called the cane grub, that were killing all of their sugarcane crops.
interesting.
But they made a huge mistake. They brought 100 of them over in the 30s, and now there's so many of them that they're poisonous. So all of the creatures around there are eating them and dying,
The
and
heck?
so it's killing off so many different types of so many different species. It's wild.
That's insane.
But there are certain rats and stuff that are
Yeah.
adjusting to them and like flipping them over
Mhm.
and eating them from like because they have these two poison glands on their shoulders,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's
I'm
the
looking
only
at a picture of
place.
them. These things
Yeah,
are,
ugly. They're ugly little
they
creatures.
really are. They,
But
you
yeah,
know.
so that's a thing. They're a huge problem. There's a very funny documentary on them that was made in like the 80s, I think. And it's a very ridiculous
Oh no.
documentary, but
That, ugh.
people hate them in Australia. They hate them.
Mhm.
There's just so many of them that they like cover the
Well,
roads and stuff, and
yeah.
like
Oh, I can
they
imagine.
intentionally swerve to hit them and stuff like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
bad.
No,
It's
thank
bad, but
you.
it's an intrusive species, and yeah, so they'll like go out with sticks and stuff and just bop them,
Just like poke them
stuff
with a
like
stick.
that. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
God.
All right,
Yeah, that. Yeah, let's. I mean, okay. Actually, one of these. Ancient Egypt. I wanna talk about ancient Egypt because that is such a cool topic.
it
Um,
is, and I have very
that is
weird
such a weird
opinions
segment.
on it. I have very weird
Like
opinions on it.
really.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to hear yours.
So there's a guy called Graham Hancock, and he has gone over there and done a bunch of research
Mhm.
into ancient Egypt, and there
And
are
like
all
the
these
pyramids and stuff.
yeah there are all these writings inside of the pyramids that show these show the lineage of the pharaohs that goes back 10,000 years. So, or to
Whoa.
12,000 years to 10,000 BC, which is ridiculous. People think that civilizations weren't even around at that time,
Yeah.
which
I mean, like it's kind of. I feel like that's kind of stupid to think that civilization wasn't around that far back. Like
I agree, because
You know what I mean?
12,000 years, everything is washed away most of the time. The only reason that this stuff is still there is because it was preserved inside of these
Yeah,
temples and stuff. So,
exactly.
and
But like,
yeah, if you look up Graham Hancock, he has a bunch of don't do
yeah.
it now. Wait, watch the podcast. We're gonna get into more
Yeah, listen to
interesting
the
stuff,
podcast
and
first
then
and
go
then
watch.
go.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we're just giving
Graham
people a
Hancock
list of
has some.
to read about.
Yeah, I wish I had looked into it a little more before we started the podcast, because he goes into it. There's so much
Like,
that he
oh my
says,
god.
but
Yeah,
yeah, and
well, also, like, I love, like, I'm fascinated with, like, ancient civilizations, like, you know, the
same
Sumerians and, like, ancient Egypt, and, like, how the hell did the pyramids get
Sumeria,
there? Like, I
right?
mean, well, when you think of the logistics of it, people are like, yeah, well, obviously they built it, but also you have to think, like,
Those are
they, these are, like, ton bricks.
10 tons around. Yeah,
Yeah. Do you know how many people that would take to carry a single brick? And also the fact that it's like, I don't know, you probably do know this, but like there's a lot of like mathematical calculations that were made, like, you know, like the sun hits it at a specific time, and it's
oh
like,
yeah, the sun tunnel, there's all sorts
yeah,
of chambers and stuff that were created, and they're beautiful, very smooth tunnels and stuff that are
yeah,
too small for anybody to go in or anything, so nobody crawled through that and carved it out. They had to
no,
carve it out as they were making it, which is insane.
exactly. And like it's so cool. But like, I mean, you know, like to think that was just like, I don't know, like it's weird because I think, I mean, the other thing is too, and like, I mean, we're gonna get into this topic as well, just like in like paranormal activity and like aliens in general, and the idea of like there being, I feel like it's just so, in a way, ignorant to think that we're the only people in the universe right now.
Well,
Because like,
if we go back to that one that we skipped over, the Pentagon,
yeah,
the United States Department of
yes,
Defense headquarters, they
uh-huh,
confirmed that they're seeing unidentified aerial phenomenon. They don't call them UFOs anymore, because UFO is tied to a bunch of crazy people that are like, yeah, I
yep,
saw UFOs. But
yep.
but unidentified aerial phenomenon, UAPs, are coming out of our oceans and flying into space.
And there you go, guys. You heard it here
What
first.
the fuck?
I mean, you probably didn't hear
And
it here first. You probably heard it somewhere else.
United States government has confirmed this. They're like, yeah, we don't
This
know
is,
what they are. We've tried to get
yeah,
close to them, but they just zip off. It's weird. It's whatever.
yeah. No, like it's
And nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking about
I
this.
know. It's like, I mean, kind of like, what other proof do you need at this point that like aliens exist? And
It's
I mean,
weird.
like we're probably the aliens to them.
Now they
If you think about all,
probably came here and genetically engineered us, and well, I don't want to get
all of
into
these
it
things.
because there's religious topics and stuff that I don't want
Yeah,
to talk about,
but
but
absolutely. But like, there's so many like theories on that too, but it's also just like, how would we be like, we know how big the universe is. I mean, we don't really, because
no,
it's
we
like
have no idea.
literally
It's
infinite.
massive. Yeah.
But
We
like
see
to be the
approximately
like the world
1%
doesn't
of it.
the universe doesn't revolve around us. We're not the center of everything. We are like a tiny speck, not
We're not
even,
even the center of
into
our
their
own
universe.
galaxy.
No.
We don't even know what's on the other
That's
side
the
of our own
spot.
galaxy. So,
Nope. So like, but I think it's such an interesting thing. It's like, whoa, like, and I think it's very possible that, you know, the Sumerians and the, like, all these ancient civilizations had help
yeah,
in a way. Like
these
they,
ancient Aztec temples and stuff that have carvings in them that are so precise that we couldn't even
yeah.
do it today.
Well, everything was like
And it's carved into
really,
granite.
yeah. And it's like everything was so intricately thought out, and like that it's just like how, I mean, not to discredit these ancient civilizations, because I feel like they don't get enough credit for how
Yeah,
intelligent they actually were.
they did have
They
some
were
crazy math and stuff.
they were ridiculously intelligent. Like everyone thinks that they were cavemen like walking around and like, you know, just like rock, and it's like
carve rock.
Yeah, but like no, they were like humans, like they were human beings with like brains, and they used them to like pretty
Very
much their full capacity, which is insanity.
And they didn't have these things causing them to not focus on their work and stuff.
They didn't. Yeah, no, and also they didn't have calculators either, so everything was just like in their head. We can't even decipher their language exactly.
They didn't even have paper to write down, like write stuff on. They had to write it in the ground or something.
And also like orally kind of pass these things down.
Yeah. Which is also
to the next generation. Like, and the fact that it was remembered. Like that's like their memories, just like everything was so intricate that it's like they were super intelligent, but also they probably had help. Because, like, how do you...
It's quite possible, yeah.
And also, like, I mean, the pyramids. Like, look how big those things are. And, like, how heavy and how long it would have taken them to even build one of them and for it to be precisely placed and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It is. It's like insane.
Yeah, it is insanity. Like, it's so cool, though. I love it. Like, that, like, just the thought of aliens. I don't know. It's kind of comforting in a way. Because it's like, haha, we're not the only ones. But also... they're probably laughing at us how stupid we are.
They're probably like, whenever these people aren't so aggressive, we'll pull them and
we'll come visit.
Yeah,
but like not right now. We're not going.
They
on a
keep
vacation
shooting at us while we're like, we come down there and then they just let off with shotguns and stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't really want to. Yeah, maybe let's wait to take a vacation to Earth. Maybe a few thousand more years and we'll go.
I'm pretty sure they keep coming down to check and they're like, no, not yet.
They're like, yeah, that's funny. No,
not yet.
Yeah, no, that's like, that is really like interesting to think about though. But like, it's just funny to me just imagining them like, just like looking down at Earth and they're like, you guys are like a source of entertainment, but we're not going there.
Yeah, what if it's like South Park where we're a TV show for them?
Yeah.
What if we get canceled? And
they're just sitting there eating popcorn, like watching us, like watching everything like go down in like on the planet. Oh my god! And they're like, "You guys are idiots. Why are you doing this?" Like, and they're like, "Thinking of all this."
They're fighting again.
Yeah, exactly.
When will they figure it out? They're all the same.
Right? We are a reality TV show to aliens. Yeah. Yes. I agree. So like, yeah, but like also I kind of want to talk about paranormal activity in general. Like, do you believe in ghosts?
I've heard some shit in that room right there that like I've been home alone downstairs and this is the attic that I'm talking about where we found like we pulled up boards and stuff and we found like magazines and stuff that were burnt in very weird ways and like super old magazines, like 1930s magazines. This house wasn't built in the 30s. This house was built in the 60s. Very weird stuff. And it's just like stashed under the boards in the insulation and stuff. And weird stuff like that. And then I've heard footsteps in there while I'm downstairs and I'm like, I'm the only one that goes in there. What the fuck? Like boots. It sounded like boots walking, like do like the click clack of boots. That's like weird. heel toe. And then I came up here and checked it with obviously strapped and there was nothing.
Yep.
There's not a thing. So very weird. Very weird.
Strange. I used to play with like Ouija boards as a kid, which is such
terrifying.
A bad idea.
Why would you do that?
Don't do it.
Why?
So like I'm a bit of, and y'all will probably come to learn this, but I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie. So like I love like everything and anything that is like, haha, scary, or like whatever, because like adrenaline. So
adrenaline's fun.
That was
nice.
Like one of those things where it was like, ooh, okay, let's play with a Ouija board. Also, I was kind of like, so I think like skepticism, like there's a healthy skepticism type thing.
Oh yeah,
it's
I try my hardest to disprove everything. Like, try my
Exactly, and I'm like,
hardest.
I will debunk if I can debunk it, I will debunk it. You know what I mean? But if
Striker.
but it's at the same time, it's like, how do you explain this? And I'm like, I don't know. Ghosts could be real. Ghosts could not be real. I don't know. Who knows?
Who
And like,
knows?
I feel like the term ghosts even doesn't really describe it. Like, I think it's probably more like spirits or something, you know? Purgatory situation, whatever. However you
Who
want to think of it.
knows?
Something
Who knows?
weird. And
Maybe
like,
it's
even
aliens still. Who knows?
yeah, maybe it's aliens. Who knows? Maybe they're just like trying to mess with us. Like maybe it's like, in like
Dude,
a
get the
prank show where
invisibility
they're just
cloak.
like haunted house. We're gonna mess with you, and
Yeah.
then it's like, haha, there's the cameras. You were pranked
Got
this
him.
whole time.
Got him.
Yeah, like it's like a video game where they're just trying to scare us. You know, it just jump scares and everything, and it's like this is hilarious.
But they don't have a camera. They don't have a camera. Show yourself. Show yourself.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, ha ha ha, we're gonna like totally mess with you. It could be that. That's actually really funny too. Cause like, haha, that goes, reality TV show, guys. Look, we are the source of entertainment for other living creatures out in the world, in the universe. That's funny. That's not terrifying.
That's not
Um,
terrifying at all.
no, but like, I mean, so I'm sitting in my basement right now where I'm recording currently.
Nice.
There's some sketchy things in this house. There are some sketchy things like that I've heard, seen. Even okay, I'm pretty sure my sister has like literally been possessed that night.
Oh yeah.
And my dad told a story like in the morning, like the morning after, about what happened to her. She walked down the stairs. It's like 3 a.m. He's on the couch watching TV. I don't know why he's there at 3 a.m., but
Uh-huh.
And she walks down the stairs and she goes down the stairs like perfectly and then starts going down to the basement. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And he goes and like stands at the top of the stairs and like is like, "What are you doing?" And she turns around and starts walking back up the stairs and says, "To bed," in like a weird slurry way, but her eyes are closed. Like she's asleep.
Sleepwalking is interesting.
But like she's talking like she's completely conscious, but not. And
Yeah.
she wakes up the next morning. My dad's like, "What the hell did you do last night?" And she's like, "What do you mean?" Like has no recollection of this.
Uh-huh.
No recollection of what the hell just happened. And she was holding a book in her hand, so it was like she's going to the basement to read or do something. It's funny that it was the basement, though, because literally kind of convinced that this basement is kind of like, in a way, I don't want to say haunted, but there's like some weird energies going on here. Like, you know how you can kind of just like get a vibe in a room and like the energy's different or the temperature is different or different factors like that? The basement, specifically this room, is weird.
Yeah.
There's this room and then the furnace
When was
room,
your house
which is
made?
like around the hallway.
When
It's weird. And like I mean I've seen weird things down here. I've had sleep paralysis before. Was not fun. Don't
yeah.
don't recommend that happening ever again.
So have you ever watched Mr. Ballin?
I don't think I have.
Mr. Ballin has a bunch of paranormal videos where it's just him talking about stories. It's him telling stories of paranormal shit. And he has this one story where he was like laying in bed in this cabin and stuff, and then he heard like the door to his cabin open. He was there with friends and stuff, and he heard a bunch of pots like banging around and stuff, and which I'm gonna butcher this story because it's been like a year since I've seen it, but
so ready for this.
but like yeah, he and this is his story. Like who knows if it's true, but I like him. He seems very interesting. He was in the military, and I tend to believe people who are in the military. They don't often have flights of fancy, but so he's laying in bed and he hears this commotion going on, and he he's just laying flat in bed, and all of a sudden he hears this thing walk into his room, and it's just this black figure that's super tall, and and it walks over to his friend's bed and like falls onto him and falls through his friend, through the bed, through the floor, and he yeah, he's just laying there terrified the whole time. And
nope. No, thank you.
Yeah.
I would be bolting out the door.
He said he was so scared that he was just paralyzed. He just couldn't even move because he was so scared.
No,
and
terrifying.
Yeah. And then
like sleep paralysis.
And then it happened again the next night.
Oh my.
And his friend's mom was like, or I don't remember if it was his friend's mom or his mom or something like that, but his friend's mom was like, no, that was my husband. That was my dead husband. That was yeah, I saw him too. And
dead husband?
Yeah.
No,
terrifying.
Thank you. No,
yeah, right?
No. Bye. I'm ready to leave. That is no thank you.
I love Mr. Ballin's videos. He's got some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Again,
no, I
not
love
yet. Keep watching. Stay.
Yeah. Stay for a bit and then go watch.
Not a bit. Watch till the end, then go watch the.
Yeah. Watch till the end and then go like watch all of these things, learn about things. Do your research after. Like I love watching. I mean, Ghost Adventures was great. As like
I didn't watch Ghost Adventures. I didn't watch most of them. I've always been the skeptic type. I've not believed any of the like paranormal.
I just watch it for entertainment purposes and I try to debunk everything. That's like my thing is I watch it and I'm like, this is entertaining, but also this could easily have been this.
Paranormal. Oh, go ahead.
But like the YouTube channel that I really love watching as far as paranormal investigations go, because they are very much as skeptical as I am. And so like they debunk everything possible, and sometimes there's just like what the heck, and sometimes like it's very nice because it's real and they show like some nights they don't like they get no activity and there's like nothing for hours on end and it's just a very short video and it's like we didn't really get much here. And then other places it's like insane, like straight out of a movie and you're like what the hell. And they travel all over the world. Words. But the channel is called TFIL. Or no, not TFIL. Overnight. They have a TFIL is like their more
main
recreational channel.
Okay.
But yeah, they have an overnight channel now dedicated directly to like the paranormal investigations. They've gone absolutely everywhere.
Nice.
And it is like, no, it's very entertaining. But like, yeah, so like I definitely started watching that for a while. They're like. Yeah, and the skepticism is like real, and like you see, because they weren't like professional investigators by any means at first. They were kind of just like, hey, this is cool. Maybe let's try to debunk some stuff. And then they started getting like more equipment and stuff, and now they have like the REM pods. They have the Ovilus, not Oculus. VR set? What? No.
They've got Oculuses and they're just like playing around and then ghost shit happens. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's so cool, guys. But they've gone to Dracula's castle. They've gone
that would be cool.
Yeah, they went to Romania and they went like they went to like the forest. What is it called? It's like the witchy forest in Romania. Hold up.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I want to go to oh god.
Is it Hoya Forest? It is.
So there's a channel called Missing 411, which is just it's all about people that go missing in the woods and stuff and like crazy weird things that happen. Like there was this one kid that his parents his parents turned around for 2 seconds. 2 seconds, turned back and he's just gone. They thought he just ran off into the woods. They found him like miles away. No,
it's Hoya Baciu. That's what it is. I looked it up. It's Hoya Baciu. It's a forest in Romania. It is actually known as probably one of the most, if not the most haunted forest in
I need to
in
look
the
it
world.
Up.
It's spelled
HOYABATCH.
HOIABACIU.
See it.
HOIABACIU.
I think I get my
Guayabachu Forest.
Y's, I's, and E's all mixed up because Spanish, but
I'll put it in chat right
just an
now so that if
excuse.
anybody, again, finish the podcast and then go do your research and learn. That's,
Oh, so
probably your best bet.
so there I'm actually, let's keep talking about paranormal stuff and then I'll go to I just remembered something, but it's in the list, so I won't forget.
You wrote it?
I
Okay,
won't forget.
good, because I was like,
good.
you better not forget, Don, because if I ask you after, you're like, what was I gonna say? I don't know, and then we just like forget.
But yeah, missing 411 is crazy. Well, I've watched a bunch of their videos, and there's crazy stuff that happens, and these are all confirmed these are all confirmed things that you can go and like look on the national forestry and stuff and like find these missing people and stuff and the stories that are, and most of the time it's just people that are with their families and then all of a sudden they just either turn around, take off into the woods randomly, or like everybody's looking away from them and then they look back and they're gone. Stuff like that. It's wild. Yeah, so don't go into the woods.
Yeah, don't go in the woods, guys. Would not recommend,
and yeah, I love the woods. The woods are my favorite place, but at the same time they're terrifying.
Maybe not at
this is middle of the day. Middle of the day, they just go missing.
What?
Yeah, just because. Okay, so
it's broad daylight.
I don't know if this is an SCP or something like that, but there's these. I have experienced this. There are staircases that are just in the woods. Just by themselves, staircases. Me and my buddy were out in the woods and we found this staircase just standing there. And we were like, what the fuck is this? And it didn't look like it had been out there for too long. It looked pretty okay. It looked like it had a little bit of rain damage to it, but it looked fine. And
there's a creepypasta about that?
Something like that. Oh, there is a creepypasta? Dude, I've experienced this. This is not a joke. There are actually fucking staircases, or somebody fucking pranked us. But we went back home and like a month later we went out there and it was gone. So I don't know what it is, but that is some real shit.
Well, I've heard a theory
and doors, I
don't know if this is true. I'm still a little skeptical of it, but I've heard a theory of like forests and like the woods being like sort of portals to like, or like, what was that app called that people were using? It was like the point or the, what was it called? Hold up.
Staircases, what usually?
No, it was like
parks,
it was like something that was big on TikTok.
Down a canyon, but stairs, just like stairs. Geocacher, yeah. There was the geocache. Wait, what are we talking about?
Is it geocache? Is that what it is? Is that the app?
Idea.
Is it the or is it? No, it was like the one that was on TikTok that people were using.
So there, but yes, Stryker. It was literally like a staircase from a house, like a staircase that you would just walk up in your house, made out of wood, and plasterboard and stuff. What was it? I don't know what that is.
Randonautica. Really?
Yeah, I've never
didn't
heard
hear
of it.
about that. So Randonautica,
it was like up it. We were freaked, dude. We were like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, Randonautica. It was the thing that was like, hey, it would like find like supposed like major. It was like a ghost hunting app that you could find, and it was like, here's a quest, here's a point that's like kind of a portal or like a huge hub for paranormal stuff. Weird stuff happens here. Yeah. And like it was really big. Like everyone on TikTok was like using it because I'm also on paranormal TikTok because it's just kind of funny to debunk things and but also like weird things happen, and it's really weird. But essentially, yeah, it would like send you to a point, and you would go, and you'd like go to the point, and then like see what happened, because they were known to be like quote unquote like portals or something.
Interesting.
That is like really cool. But like there was like some weird videos like where people would be like, a lot of them were in the woods, and then like they would see or hear weird things. It would be broad daylight, and there would just like, and I was like, what?
Yep. And like, I've seen a like door as well, just standing in the like near the place that, and we
what in the Blair Witch Project is this? That just feels like
it's very interesting. Like I feel like it was somebody like just screwing with people. I don't know.
Probably.
But I can't explain it. It was just standing there by itself, just same forest that we would go into.
Here is what the Randonautica app actually does. So it's an app that sends you on a random adventure to explore the world.
Gang. Yeah, I should have called Scooby-Doo.
All you have to do is share your location. So you share your location, you set an intention, and you follow the directions to a random point that the app generates.
That sounds terrifying.
According to the app's theory, you'll find something relevant to your intention. So it's like, what are you looking to see or find? So a lot of people would be like water, or things about like, you know, like a lot of people would use it for paranormal, and essentially, you know, so, it was a whole thing.
Oklahoma's actually got a bunch of weird shit. Right near where I live, there's a town called Guthrie, and there are so many abandoned buildings and like ruins of stuff. And we used to go and hang out around them, and we would see some crazy shit, like some actually mostly just faces and windows. Like there was this one, there's this one house that everybody's like, oh, that house is actually fucking haunted. And it's just known as the haunted house in Guthrie. And one day we were driving past it, and I looked up, and there was this kid's face in the window, like illuminated, like he was holding a flashlight under his, like
nope,
like this.
I'm good.
Just staring at me, and I was like, there's a kid in that window. And then they looked over. Everybody was like, no, there's not. And
no, that is the worst thing to hear. That is the worst thing to hear when you're like, hey, look, there's a kid in the window. No, there's not.
No, there's not. Yeah. I was like, okay.
Okay, it's fine. I'm either hallucinating or there was a kid there.
Yeah, so that might actually be a haunted house. So
that sounds
terrifying. I am a skeptic through and through. I try my hardest to say, no, that's just a kid. He was just a kid up there with a flashlight. But whenever your friends are like,
away from the, was there a curtain or something?
No, no curtain.
From the curtain.
No curtain.
What?
It's just an open, not open, but it's just a window. Yeah, just a window. And there was no lights.
Really
like
fast.
It didn't look.
I don't know.
It didn't look like he was shining a light. It just, his face was illuminated like there was a light.
No.
Yeah.
No. I hate when there's like shadows that don't make sense.
Yeah. I do too.
No,
that was fun.
Oh.
And then so there's also these ruins that I would see. I'm pretty sure it was just homeless people, but there's like an abandoned train station, and I would see people like duck around corners and shit, and like, but I never went and investigated that. I was like, hell no, I'm out of here. That is some crazy homeless man. I do not want to get stabbed. Yeah. So.
Honestly, though, like I think it would be really fun to do like a paranormal investigation.
That would be fun, and Oklahoma is a great place for it. We've got a couple of ghost towns.
Yeah.
Got a couple of them.
Maybe I'll come visit.
That'd be great. Hell yeah.
We'll go ghost hunting.
And there's not like there's an asylum that is shut down, and they actually fenced it off because people would go into it so often because it is known as like a haunted area, and people would go missing in there. People would go in and then never come out. So
that
and they like people think it's just people getting abducted and shit like that because it's mostly kids and stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, so who knows? Who
Hold up.
knows? Maybe it's
Wait, Wheelock said, I wonder what would happen if you put dead bodies in that Randonautica app. Actually, I think that was a thing, because I heard there was a thing about people finding, like, crime scenes. Like, they would go to the coordinates, and it would be, like, a crime scene. And it was like, what?
interesting.
And then they'd have to call the police. Like, there was, like, a few instances of that. It was, like, it was weird, man. In Canada, we've got, like, quite a few haunted places. I mean, like, yeah, there's a lot of, like, especially in the West Coast, there's a lot of, like, burial grounds. Because, you know, yeah. So, like, there's a few, but I know there's a lot in, like, I really want to go to. I know the Cecil Hotel is like closing permanently, so there's never gonna be like it's because they're like they're upgrading it now, and they're using it so like you can't do like paranormal investigations there anymore because, it's being used as housing for the homeless.
Well, that's good.
So they're
at
turning
least.
it into they're turning it into a homeless shelter because of Skid Row, right?
Yeah.
So like you can't do any more paranormal investigations there in the rooms anymore. And so, I mean, if you know about like the whole, I love true crime cases as well. Like true crime is like a huge thing that I love. You know, like the and specifically with the Cecil, there was like a documentary on Netflix about the Cecil Hotel, like the Eliza Lamb case.
Yeah.
Is it Eliza Lamb? Elisa Lamb?
I don't know.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. It's really sad, but also just a really weird case overall because it's like, do you know anything about the case
I don't.
from the Cecil Hotel? So
I know of the
essentially,
hotel,
she
but
like, yeah, so she went, and this was like
was that the
relatively
axe
recent.
murder?
What year was it? No, that is not the axe murder. This is a weird one. So, yeah.
Did that just
So it
happen,
was,
Ghostly?
yeah, it was in 2013, beginning of 2013, or end of 2012, beginning of 2013.
Yeah.
And essentially, they, so she was there, like, on a trip, and, like, for whatever reason, and there was, like, cheap housing. Also, highly recommend go watch the documentary if you want to know, like, exact things, because I'm going to give, like, a quick rundown. But,
You already know what I'm going to say. I'm not even going to say
wait
it
to
again.
watch
We've
the
said it.
podcast
We've said it
first.
3 times. We shouldn't say it again.
Yeah. Finish the podcast first, and then go.
It did. So we're talking about this stuff, and Ghostly's curtains fell down.
Nice. Good job.
It was bolted
Also, I
into
just
the
want to
wall.
point out that there
Just
are
fell down.
currently 15 of us in the VC right now.
Number 15
on Discord. Perfect for number 15, the podcast.
The podcast.
Yeah. So, but basically, yeah, she went to and she went to California, stayed at the Cecil Hotel, and there's a video of her in the elevator because she went mysteriously missing. But there's a famous video on the internet of her in the elevator doing like she's acting really weird. Like the Cecil is already known as like to be like a relatively haunted, sketchy place.
Yeah.
And so essentially, they went, and it was like she was in the elevator acting really weird. She'd like peek out, and then she'd close, and then she was like hitting all the buttons, really weird stuff. And then she walks out, and you don't see her, and that's the last anybody has ever seen of her until they find her. I think it was like a month later in the water tank on the roof.
What the fuck?
Yeah. But it's like, how did she get there?
Yeah, there's
Because
those water tanks are
cameras.
sealed off too. Those are
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yes. Correct.
That's fucking weird. Like good luck
And the
shutting
reason they
the
found
fucking
her body, so the way they found her body is that they like there was reports of the water being like black.
Oh God. Yeah. Ray
So
just sent a picture called
yeah,
saying that says me enjoying the water at Hotel
yeah, the
Cecil
cream
in
is
the
to
year of
press the elevator buttons
2013.
in a certain pattern. Yes, I know that, but she pressed all of the buttons. There was no pattern. She like pressed them all at the same time. So it's like that. Yeah, and then see, yes, but also it's just a weird case in general. Because like the water was black and then it was because her body was decomposing in the water tank. So that's how they found her body. But otherwise they were like literally doing search after search after search for her. And they still don't know how she got up to that roof or was able to get in, because if she would have like had been in like if
Yeah,
she would have
there's
been like
cameras. It's
on drugs,
2012.
if she would have been drugged or anything like that, first of all, how is somebody going to carry a body up that ladder?
I mean, I could do it,
Also, the water
but
tanks are sealed off. But the water tanks are also sealed off.
yeah.
And also,
Yeah,
she
good
can't get
luck.
herself up there.
No.
Like, good luck getting in that water tank, essentially. And it's really, really weird. A really interesting case. They still don't know what happened to this day because, like, it was a weird case, but it's very interesting. And, like, I would have loved, like, obviously now it's being used as a house, like as housing for the homeless, but I would have loved to do an investigation there.
Yeah,
That would have been
do
like
a
really
paranormal
interesting.
investigation.
Well, there,
That'd have been fun.
the YouTube channel I was talking about, TFIL,
They did.
or over the Overnight channel, they did it. They got like the entire place to themselves, and they did a full blown
Nice.
investigation in several of the rooms because that's also, if you know, is it Richard Ramirez is his name, I think. Let me verify that
So
before I say names.
whenever I was in,
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
He's a serial killer who stayed in the Cecil Hotel.
interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so it's a whole thing. Yeah, he was convicted of all charges: 13 counts of murder, 5 attempted murders, 11 sexual assaults, and 14 burglaries.
Good God.
Yep.
Good God.
So like, but he stayed in the Cecil. So like, there's also that like kind of demonic energy or whatever. Like, there's theories of like demons
God,
or
there was,
that kind of like really negative energy there.
yeah. There was a hotel
Really
that was
interesting.
built by a serial killer, and he made dungeons and stuff and like trap doors so that he could kill people and throw them through the trap doors and like, yeah, in his,
Like literally like in Sweeney Todd.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Sweeney
But
Todd.
yeah, it's a real thing. Like this actually happened. There was a guy that did that shit. So yeah, yeah. But this was back in like the 1920s or 30,
That's
so sometime back
crazy.
then.
Sweeney Todd. Maybe that's what Sweeney. We should ask. I wish we could ask Stephen Sondheim, but like R.I.P. We love Stephen Sondheim.
R.I.P.
If that's what it was, I wonder if that's what it was based off of. Because that, I
Who
mean,
knows? Who knows?
Sweeney Todd is such a good musical, though. I love musicals.
Yeah,
God, if y'all don't
absolutely.
know this, I also I'm currently taking a hiatus year, but I'm
Musical
working towards a degree in
theater.
musical theater. So
Yeah.
yeah. Wait, what? Oh
What?
no, Ghostly
I
in chat
wasn't.
said my little sister had this doll that no matter how we placed it would always be facing her when she wakes up. No,
Awesome.
get
Yeah,
rid of that
the
doll.
elf on
That
the
sounds like
shelf.
Annabelle.
I had
No,
an elf on the shelf that
stop. Those
I
things are
got
actually.
the camera is 4K. This is being recorded in 4K.
Good job. I can't relate.
It's okay. You're like at least 1080p.
Fine.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Sometimes. When we're
Well,
lucky.
no, yeah, maybe not. Maybe like 720. But that's okay.
720.
Eventually.
Okay.
I'm a
Eh, one day.
I'm a cinematographer, so I have to
Yeah.
have
You have to. You're like,
a
yeah.
uh, but yeah, so I love there. Never mind. I'm not going to talk about that. Okay. Supernatural is a show that it's very funny. It's a comedy.
I need to watch
It is
Supernatural.
100% a comedy. But it also like they use real things that have happened as well and like play off of it and
Really?
like but
I have to watch it.
of
I have
course
to
they make
confess,
up
I haven't really.
their own things and stuff, and it's really
Yeah.
ridiculous. The beginning, the first season is rough, but you got to watch
I've
it.
seen like the first episode.
Yeah, the
Does
first
that
episode is
count?
really rough, but it's good. It's a good show. And then
I haven't watched it.
what was I gonna talk? But yeah, they use real things that happen as plots to some of the episodes and stuff. And
Interesting.
I wanted to talk about, that's not what I just remembered it
Yeah.
because that hotel that guy was that's in one
The
of the
Cecil?
episodes. Yeah. No, not the Cecil, but the guy that made that hotel that was the murder hotel.
Oh,
That's in there. But I wanted to I love ridiculous
you talk about a lot of things.
yeah.
We're chilling.
I love the ridiculous ghost hunter things and like like the ones where it's people that go and they're like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear that? That's gotta have been. It should have. No, that's definitely
Yes.
definitely
yes.
a ghost."
The ones that are like very obviously
Yeah.
trying to like pull it up.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is
I love
absolute
the
comedy.
whenever I was on vacation, there was I kind of feel bad because I spent like an entire day just laughing at those people. But just I didn't do anything other than sit in the hotel room and watch and so I wasted an entire day of my vacation just watching Paranormal Hunters and stuff.
Of course. Of course.
Okay, but Paranormal Activity though. Paranormal Activity is so good. Just how
so-
cheaply made it was, but
So
then
bad that it's good.
Yeah,
it's one
so
of those things.
very minimal VFX and like
Yeah.
I just love, I want to make my own horror my own Paranormal
Like
Activity.
gimmicky, like your own little gimmicky
Just
horror
like
movie.
they use such simple techniques like the what is the nylon string and stuff, or
Yeah, the nylon string to pull open all the cupboards and everything.
and like it's just such simple things. And at the end of it, there's the lady that gets yanked out of the bed and like dragged down the hall. They tied ropes and stuff to her legs and just pulled her out of the bed, and that's
pulled
how
her
they did
out.
it. Yeah. And it looks
So it was-
good. It looks so good.
It does. It looks great, but it's so
It's so
It's so
cheesy.
stupid that it's funny.
Yeah.
It's so stupid that it's hilarious because it's like,
I
in
love
what
that
world
movie. I love
is
those
this
movies.
like? And so
They're
people
ridiculous.
and it's like, haha, this could pass as a real story. No, it can't.
Yeah.
Yes, I know you wanted to make it look like a home video, but this looks.
Oh, I was so into
so
them as a
gimmicky.
kid, though. Like,
Yeah,
I was so
they're
into
great.
them as a kid.
They're great. I love the one. Oh my god, which one was it? I think it might be the first. I'm not actually sure which one it is. But when she gets dragged down the stairs to the basement.
That is the second one. Second one.
Like where the house is laid out, like they have the front door with the stairs going up and around that.
And it's
then
like he's
kitchen
installed
is,
security
like, facing
camera.
This. Like the kitchen is like this.
Was that?
And then there's like that wall, and then there's like the door to the basement.
Yeah, is
and
that the
then
one
living
with
room
the Hispanic maid and stuff, and she's like blessing the
Yes.
house and stuff like that? Yeah.
Yes, and she's
Yeah.
staging.
That's
Yes.
so good. He's like, "Get out of my house! What are you doing? Why are you?"
Yeah, why are you staging my house?
There's evil spirit. She just speaks Spanish the whole time, but
Oh my god. But like, yeah, no, like
so good.
the staging of the
So
house,
good.
everything. Get out of my house.
And
Yeah.
then I love the I love that they tie the stories all together. That's funny to me.
Yeah. No, it's great.
And like the fact that the kid is like taken, but then he shows up, and it's a very good good movies, good ridiculous movies.
It's very much like one of those just jump scare gimmicky movies.
Oh yeah.
But they're
oh,
like
yeah.
really
Oh, you're going out. You're cutting out. Oh no, is
kind
somebody
of like
using
one
the
of those comfort
microwave?
horror movies.
Is somebody using the microwave?
Are you kidding me? They shouldn't be.
I think we're good.
They shouldn't
We're
be.
good. We're good. You're back.
We're okay.
Yeah. What were you saying? Go on.
Okay, so there's a weird thing, y'all, because I have a feeling that's just gonna sound really strange and out of context. Like, did somebody use in the microwave? Like, okay, the reason why he's asking that is for whatever reason, and I have no idea why. It's such a mystery to everyone.
I can
in this
tell
house
you
because
exactly why.
We've changed microwaves though. We've had different microwaves, and it still happened.
The Faraday. How close is your router to the microwave?
They're at the other end of the house.
Oh,
They're at the other end of the house.
That's weird. How close are you to the microwave?
What do you mean?
How close are you?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
So,
Where
okay,
is
so I'm in the basement right now, and
Is
then
the
we have
microwave
the main floor.
in between you
No.
and the...
I'm
So,
directly
microwaves
under the
are
router.
weird. Microwaves are
I am
weird.
directly under the router right now.
It could... if your Faraday cage isn't good enough, then
See?
it will interrupt it. It's weird.
I
You gotta
hate
get
everything.
a very fine meshed Faraday cage.
Yeah, we'll work.
You gotta
on
put
it.
your
I
microwave
don't
in
know.
another Faraday
But anyway,
cage.
so for context for everyone who's listening, for whatever reason, every time someone uses the microwave in our house, and it's like an ongoing joke that it's like nobody uses the microwave. I swear to God, I will scream. Every time somebody in the house uses the microwave, it interrupts the Wi-Fi signal, and so our Wi-Fi completely just dies until the microwave turns off. It's like as soon as the microwave turns off, we're fine. No issues. Like it's like why are you doing this? And it's weird because like they're across the house. We've had like 3 different microwaves, and every time it's happened.
Your microwave is haunted.
That's
That's
the
it.
ghost of the microwave says
That's
fuck
it.
your Wi-Fi.
Yup.
Yes.
Correct.
Correct.
Or one of your microwaves
so,
was
like-
haunted, and it's the spirit of the microwave just
And it's the
screwing
spirit
it.
of the microwave that just is maintaining it. But yeah, and we've replaced like we've had I think 2 different internet providers as well. Like we've tried everything at this rate. We've had different routers. Like I don't know that, you know. I don't know why, but apparently our internet hates us. So that's why he was asking why is somebody using the microwave? Yeah, because it's usually the reason when my Wi-Fi goes out. However, I think that was just a random kind of blip in the internet. I don't know.
It happens.
It happens. It's snowing in Canada. It could be snowing outside right now, and it's like
it's gonna be snowing. So it's 70 degrees right now, and then in like 3 days it's supposed to snow.
What?
That's Oklahoma. Oklahoma
Is like kind of middle of U.S., right?
Yeah, it's like right smack dab in the middle. Well, it's a little south. It's a little south.
But that doesn't make it better.
No, yeah.
What? Global warming's weird, guys. Global warming is weird.
That's just always been Oklahoma. Oklahoma is the worst place for weather. We get whipping winds. We get 80 degrees and then 20 degrees.
Tornado Alley.
Tornado Alley. More Oklahoma gets hit by a tornado just about every 5 to 10 years. And like devastating tornadoes. Devastating.
That's brutal.
The last one like hit a kindergarten or something like that while school was in session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Oklahoma.
Yep.
Yay!
Yay! Sounds like a fun time.
Other than the weather, it's a pretty cool place to live. Good people, good food, good.
Sounds like a fun time. It really does.
Pero no conoce. You gotta know Spanish. Just a little bit of Spanish.
I don't know Spanish. I am
Well, I live in Oklahoma, so I do.
trying, but I also learned I know
You know
French.
French, I know
Um,
Spanish. We both know
yeah,
English, so it works out. So now you can translate you're
this
gone
works
again.
fine.
You disappear. Oh, you're back. Okay. Nope, nope, you are frozen. There we go. There we go. There we go. So yeah, it works
I
out.
hate
You know
everything.
French. We both know English. I know Spanish. We'll
Yeah,
translate for each other.
it's
It's
chill.
fine. Yeah.
We're fine. I want to learn
It's better
way
than just
more.
knowing English. So
Yeah, that's true. I literally found out, like, Dawn helped me realize why I couldn't roll my R's right in Spanish. Because in French, we roll our R's in the back of our throats. Like it's. But in Spanish, it's the front. Like it's forward. So it's like that.
rápidamente, rápido, rojo.
Yeah, it's forward. It's not back.
Yeah.
So I was doing it wrong this entire time, and I couldn't figure out why.
It's difficult. Same with German. German, they use they roll in the back, which,
Yeah.
yeah, very interesting. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna stop rolling my R's because it sounds like I'm Perry the Platypus, and
I can't do the Perry of the Platypus. Anyway,
anyway,
so there's
how did we get here?
I don't know, but I had something to say about paranormal stuff and I've forgotten.
Why didn't you write it down? God damn it, Don.
Because I'm ADHD and I have to keep
We forget
OBS
to write things
open.
down.
If I don't keep
We have to
OBS open,
remember-
it screws up.
Yes, and we have to remember to write things down, but we forget to write things down, therefore forget everything else and the point of everything.
But yes,
It's a fun time.
so let's just go on to the next segment, which is
What is the next? I don't know what. Let me go
the
back
next
and
segment.
I learned.
Super volcanoes. So the
Oh yeah.
the Yellowstone Park, there is a super volcano that is that like it's a geothermal hotspot where there's all sorts of thermal activity, and that's where the Old Faithful is a geyser that it shoots massive spouts of water every like hour or so, and yeah, so
Wheatley in chat, I'm reading this, and no, the answer is no.
wait, what is?
And
what
I'm
is
not
Wheatley's?
gonna read what he just said.
God. So whenever
I'm not gonna read that.
there have been recent activities where it is the entire basin. There's a caldera that filled up and it's a lake now. It's the entirety of it is rising. It is lifting up. So last time a super volcano went off, it was a extinction event that was like horrific. It took out so many animals that like it changed the entire ecosystem. It's wild. That's a bad idea, John. It's a bad idea.
What? Wait, what did John say? No.
Anyway, but so if next time it goes off, which it goes off every couple thousand years, and we're right on the edge of that. We are right there. It should have gone off like 200 years ago or something like that, which is terrifying. And now we've
What
got
you're saying is it can go off any day.
anytime, any day, yeah,
Hey,
any day. And it's like the force that it will go off with is like several of our biggest nuclear bombs, which is cool. Which is cool.
So
Very interesting.
Are we gonna die? Are we all gonna die?
No, we're just gonna get covered in ash. We'll be fine. Well, you'll be fine because you're in Canada.
Where exactly?
Wyoming.
It's in Canada?
No, it's in Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Yeah. It's in the Yellowstone National Park.
So what I'm hearing is I should. Oh yeah, wait, Yellowstone National Park is. Oh no, I'm thinking of Yosemite. Ha 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 ha. Never mind.
Which Yosemite is bullshit. That name is bullshit.
Why?
It's Yosemite. It's Yosemite, goddammit.
It's not
Yosemite.
Yosemite.
No, it is
I hear
It is Yosemite. That is the way that they say it, but it's bullshit. Look at the way it's spelled. It's Yosemite.
I know how it's spelled.
It's Yosemite, goddammit.
Yeah, I don't understand why it's
Yosemite,
but it is. Anyway,
Yosemite.
But like, no, I thought that's what you were saying. I confused Yellowstone with Yosemite because I was like, oh, is that like El Capitan and like the Dawn Wall?
Yeah, no.
It's
Yellowstone is one of the biggest national parks and the first national park ever made.
Interesting. No, I was gonna say because I watched a documentary. It's on Netflix, but there is kind of like a sister documentary on Disney Plus. The documentary is called The Dawn Wall, and it's basically about what's his name? I can't remember his name.
Wait, what are we talking? I'm sorry.
The Dawn Wall. So it's a
okay, yeah.
So The Dawn Wall is a documentary on Netflix. It's about Tommy Caldwell, and like he was the first person to go up like that flat part of Yosemite, which is called the Dawn Wall.
Yeah.
But it's like wonderful because I really like documentaries. I know y'all.
I do too. I love them.
I love documentaries. I like learning things.
I do too.
Also, it's
learning is cool.
And it's about his journey of like figuring out how to get up it and actually getting up there. And so they filmed the entire thing, and he's with his buddy Gavin Jorgensen, his climbing partner. And it is a wonderful. I freaking love it. But it's like how they traverse up it, because it's like literally. I don't know if y'all have seen this part of like in Yosemite. Like it's flat. And this is like freehand. This is freehand climbing. So you are literally using your fingers.
That's terrifying.
Yes, correct.
I hate that.
And they're attached to ropes, but they're not necessarily like.
Okay, then that's not free climbing. That's
no, it's not free climbing. Sorry, it's not free climbing because that would be impossible. They're harnessed in.
Okay.
But like, it's also terrifying because
that is horrifying. Yes.
Flat. They spent. I don't even remember how long they spent there. I think it took them like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks to get up there.
That's terrible.
Yeah. But then there's another documentary on Disney Plus. I cannot remember what it's called, but it's about somebody free climbing El Capitan.
El Capitan?
I don't speak Spanish. You know this. I can't say it right. Yeah. But anyway, it's literally
El Capitan is it's French.
Not El. That is
oh yeah.
It would be Le Capitaine.
Le Capitan. El Capitan.
Oh my god. Anyway. So, how did we get here?
Yosemite.
So, yeah, but The Dawn Wall is such a good documentary, and I freaking loved it, and it was absolutely amazing. And I honestly highly recommend it. If anybody's looking for like a good documentary that's like just inspiring but also just like really interesting for no reason, there's a documentary for y'all. Because Indeed. It's really cool.
Very nice.
Yeah. I don't know.
So
I don't even know how we.
Yeah. The guy that I was talking about earlier, Graham Hancock. He's the.
Yeah. Yes, the pyramid guy.
Yeah. So he's also done a bunch of work in the Middle East, uncovering ancient ruins that are like supposedly the same age as the pharaohs and stuff that he was talking about, like 12,000 years old. Yeah. And these are prehistoric civilizations that they're uncovering, and other geologists and stuff are trying to say that it's not true, that this couldn't be, but all of the evidence is pointing towards, well, just because that would prove their theories to be wrong. All of these people that should be scientists and should want to prove their own stuff wrong, pisses me off that they don't. They want to be right. Everybody wants to be right, but come on, admit it if you're wrong.
If you're not wrong, like if you're not right, then
just do more.
Isn't that the whole point? Like,
yeah.
In a way, don't you want to be wrong?
Yes, every scientist should want to be wrong. They should want to prove their stuff wrong, because if they can prove it wrong, that means it's wrong. But at the same, because the scientific endeavor is the search for truth, not the search to be right.
Absolutely.
Pisses me off that all of these scientists are saying just flat out, you're wrong. We're not going to do any tests.
Like,
Test
it and be like, oh, this is cool. Okay, maybe we're wrong. Maybe we were wrong this whole time.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's got some cool stuff.
Yeah,
he's got some very cool stuff.
Well, that's the thing I hate too, is when ego gets in the way of truth.
Yeah, it should never. It should never.
Like,
you should always want the truth to come out.
Truth is the priority there.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, if we want to progress in any way in the world, it's got to come from a place of truth.
Indeed.
And that goes with anything. Like, I mean, we talk a lot about truth as like in the entertainment industry as well, and as an actor a lot. And we've had that conversation like so many times. But it's like literally, it's so true that like everything's got to come from a place of truth, because if it's not, what do you have? Nothing.
Exactly. Yes. So he also he's been doing some crazy cool stuff. They also have a theory that during the last ice age there was a huge extinction event that was a supermassive water flow that, like, so whenever the last ice age was around, all of Canada down into into America was completely covered in these massive ice walls. And he proposed that there was an ice dam that was holding back a supermassive lake of water. And whenever that dam broke, it washed over the entirety of the North Americas and created these massive ripples and stuff. That is? Oh, it's insane. Oh, it's absolutely insane. But so much water that awesome. anything that was here before, any civilizations, that he theorizes that this was what the Great Flood was like. And we have in all sorts of ancient texts and stuff, in every religion, there is a depiction of a Great Flood. And this is his theory for where that Great Flood came from. Is these this massive ice dam that broke and washed away possibly huge civilizations that were in North America, because that amount of water can just destroy everything. That's where the Grand Canyon was created. It literally water drilled massive canyons in the ground. And it created these ripples, and if you go watch the videos there, he like explains it and shows whenever you've got water that washes over an area, it creates these certain ripples. And whenever you look at the United States from a high place, it shows the exact same ripples, just in a super massive, like a giant scale. And you can't see it from ground level. You have to actually have like space. You have to have aphasia. Why? Satellites that can look down and show this. Wow. But yeah, it's very interesting stuff. They actually talk about it on the Joe Rogan podcast. Whenever he has Graham Hancock on there, they talk about it, and it's extremely interesting.
That is really cool.
Yeah, I love this type of stuff. I love theorizing about ancient civilizations
Like,
and
I'm like,
ancient
how did we get
happenings,
here?
and and there's
Yeah,
all of these things there's these supermassive events that have happened that we
yeah.
as humans we've never seen them because
No,
they're
because we don't live
actually
very
that's
long.
not true. That's not true. There were people around whenever that happened because it is shown in various texts and stuff, and it's passed on, and it even became part of
Fair.
religions because it is such a huge event that happened.
Event.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it's gonna get passed down.
it's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That is really cool.
I love
And
that
like,
sort of
I
thing.
mean, again, there's so much we can like never truly 100% know because,
Yeah, we'll never
like
know.
you said, we're
We'll never
humans. We
know
only
for
live
sure.
like 100 years.
I hope that I hope that there is an afterlife, and that in that afterlife I get a Sears ball that I can just wave my hand over and just go back
Oh my god.
12,000 years and see that
And be
shit.
like,
That would be
whoa, what actually
amazing.
happened? Now I want to know
Yeah,
the answer.
I do. I want to know
Yeah,
so badly.
that would be so cool.
I want to know what happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
guys, we just ask Queen Elizabeth. Stop.
what?
Oh my god. No, go into chat and just read what Deepest said. Guys, wait. We can just ask Queen Elizabeth. No, Deepest, it doesn't.
She is old, but she's not that old.
She's not that old. She's not 12,000 years old. Come on now.
I wish I would ask her
What the heck?
everything. I would ask her so many things.
Imagine.
Good God.
Imagine. Wheatley, no, she is not. She is not 12,000 years old. God damn it.
She's almost 12,000 years old, but not quite. Not quite.
No.
Wheatley would know. He lives there. She's millions of years old.
She's. I hate. I'm not going to say that, Deepest. I'm not reading that.
But
I'm not reading that.
speaking of volcanoes and great giant events,
Yes, and giant things.
there was a oh, what was it? So there's a phenomenon called volcanic winter. Volcanic winter is whenever a volcano goes off and so much ash is put into our upper atmosphere that it starts covering the entire planet. So in 1815, there was a volcanic winter that caused crop deaths and like all sorts of havoc on in Europe and all over the world for like 4 years. For 4 years, the temperature didn't go above like 60 degrees, which is terrifying. That's actually when
You're telling me the Earth could kill us whenever it wants.
Oh yeah, the Earth could kill us whenever it wants. Like
Yes,
the Earth,
absolutely.
Mother
The Earth will
Nature
heal
is a
itself.
scary
It'll be
bitch.
fine.
Mother Nature is a scary bitch.
Yeah, the Earth will heal itself. Like,
But we will maybe be gone. Well, no, humans are
Earth doesn't need us.
humans are we've lived this long. We lived through how many extinction events? Like 50. So we'll be around. We'll be around. It's probably going to be
Celsius,
like
for people asking, 60
Oh.
degrees Fahrenheit is 15 degrees Celsius.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm American and I use the Imperial system.
Makes no
I like
sense.
my furlongs and chains and stuff.
Makes no sense.
They're miles, inches.
Boots.
Those are
fur.
yeah. Furlongs. There's 8 furlongs in a
Thank you.
mile.
I don't
20 chains in a furlong, 8 furlongs in a mile.
That feet? Is that feet?
Feet?
How does
What do you mean?
All I know are feet, inches, miles. That's it. That's it.
Silly
But I still don't understand miles. See, listen, right?
silly metric
This
users.
is so much easier. We don't need
Don't
decimals
understand.
here, right? We have
What's the fun in that?
millimeters, 10 millimeters
What's the
in a
fun in that?
centimeter, 100 centimeters in a meter. Is it 100 meters or 1,000 meters in a kilometer?
Using a base of 10
1,000
is
meters
just
in a kilometer.
boring. That's just boring. God.
Yeah, it's 1,000 meters is a kilometer. Yes. See, it's just a bunch of it's multiples of 10, and it makes things easy because you just have to add zeros.
It's foolish. It's foolish.
Excuse you. The imperial system makes 0 sense.
So
literally makes.
You've got thou, which is there's 1,000 thou in an inch. There's that. Oh, you've also got barley corns, which is a third of an inch. You've got an inch. Then you've got a hand, which a hand is 4 inches. Then you've got a foot, which is 12 inches.
But
then
still,
a yard, which is 3 feet. A chain is 22 yards. A furlong is 10 chains. And a mile is 8 furlongs. Things?
So what I don't understand is it's not like a scale of like this to this to this to this. It's like this to this, but then also this to this.
Well, because it's actual,
but it's not
like
this to this to this to this to this.
They use actual, like, they had a chain. There was an actual chain that was that length.
Okay, but not every chain is that length, so it makes no sense.
No, but you make more chains based off of the first chain.
Every meter stick is the same size. That's all I'm saying.
Every chain is the same size. Yeah, if it's a chain, if it's a chain, then it is the same.
No, it's not. No, it makes no sense. Every meter stick is the same. It's a meter.
And where did they get that meter stick? Where did that length come from?
100 centimeters.
Yeah, but where did they get a centimeter from?
Millimeters.
Yeah, where'd they get millimeters from?
I have no idea.
It's just they just came up with it. They just they said there's literally a stone in London that is the meter, and everybody would go and they would make their own things
it was
based
by
off
decimal system. It's a decimal system essentially because they're all multiples of 10.
I'll use my chains and furlongs. Thank you. I know how long a chain is, and I know how long a furlong is.
It makes more sense. It just makes more sense, and it's a lot easier.
It don't make no sense. And it's based off of tens,
No.
so it's boring. Like, all the math is gonna be easy. Easy math. You can literally so easy.
Listen, you can literally, I'm just telling you can literally look up imperial, like, metric isn't better than imperial. Like, why is metric system better than imperial?
Because it's used on base of 10. It's simply a better
system of units than imperial. The metric system is consistent and a coherent system of units.
You know what?
Which fits together very well, and calculations are easy because it is decimal. It's a big advantage for use in the
Imperial is consistent too.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's literally not. Like, what the hell is a furlong?
It's never changed. When has it changed? A chain has always been a chain. A furlong has always been a furlong. A foot has always been a foot.
Without being the length of a chain. That makes no sense. Admit
My
it.
ruler is 12 inches long.
Admit it.
Who carries a yardstick around?
The hell is a yardstick?
I'm sorry. Yeah, why? that's the. Who carries a meter stick around?
That makes no sense. No, a meter stick. Everyone has a meter stick.
Yeah, but you don't carry it with you. I can carry a ruler in my pocket.
Who carries a yardstick with them?
I do. I've got my yardstick right there.
Uh-huh. You sure?
My grandpa used yards. I used my father used yards. I used yards.
Yardstick. I don't even. How did yard become a thing? Where does that come from? Like, that it makes no sense.
It makes perfect sense to me.
No sense.
It makes perfect sense to me.
No, it doesn't. And you can't even.
I've used this to screw with my Australian friends for so long.
It makes no sense. No.
Yeah, that's about 12 chains away. That right there is a furlong and 2 chains away.
I literally hate that so much.
I know.
I hate it.
Everybody that uses the metric system hates it. Everybody.
Well, even people that use the imperial system agree it makes no sense. I'm just saying. It makes 0 sense.
It makes perfect sense.
No.
You just don't get it.
No.
You just don't get it.
Because it makes no sense.
I'm gonna piss my pants. Oh, good God.
It makes
It makes
zero
perfect
sense. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And it makes the math more interesting. Because then you're not just using tins. Then you've got.
It's not meant to be made interesting. It's meant to make sense. It's meant to be simple and efficient.
Boring.
No wonder y'all are so behind.
What do you mean behind? We are the leaders in everything. Everything. Says the American.
Okay. Says the American. Yeah.
We got a bigger military. We got a bigger military. That's why it makes sense.
No wonder y'all are all bad at math.
Because we can kick y'all's asses.
No, because it's so freaking complicated and makes zero sense.
It does.
It
makes zero sense. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it so much.
I'm so happy we finally got the American to admit it.
You know, I'm screwing with you, right?
Duh, obviously. This is just entertaining, and I feel like we're doing it for the entertainment value.
But yes. So, and then a fathom is 2,000.
What? What the heck? Where are all of these coming from?
A league? Have you ever heard of 20,000 leagues under the sea? A league is 3 miles.
When are you ever gonna use that?
You know.
See,
I use it all the time.
No,
I use it all the time.
Right? We use millimeters, centimeters, meters, kilometers. What more do you need? You need 4.
A fathom is 2.2667 yards.
See, right, exactly. 2.667. Why is there need to be?
But people still use fathoms. That's a nautical. Yeah,
so multiply anything by 2.667. I dare you. Like, try doing that mentally in your head.
I gotta pee too bad. I can't do it.
Oh my God. Can you see that car over there that's 15 hot dogs away? Oh my God.
No,
exactly.
That's why you're it's not 15 hot dogs away. It's 2 yards, okay?
Exactly. What the hell is a fathom?
I really have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay. Y'all, what the hell? It literally makes no sense. Exactly, right. Ray says, what the fuck is a fathom? I know. That's what I want to know. Thank you. Right? So it just makes so much more sense. It just does. Fathom sounds like a D&D monster. I think you're thinking of Phantom, but like, yes. I look really cool in Minecraft, King. Hell yeah. King, shout out to King, who made me into a literal animation in Minecraft. I'm so here for it. The Chapelo Nuggets cool air. Thank you. You're saying like we're the ones who made it? What? Yeah. Well, I know y'all aren't the ones who made it, but it's just dumb. I do want to see this, King. I really do want to see what this looks like. What? What?
They make sense. Okay?
No, they don't. They literally don't. And we all know it. Anybody who's listening right now, please comment if you prefer the metric or imperial system, and I'm going to prove a point. Also, an explanation of why you prefer one over the other, please and thank you.
It's so much less boring.
No.
It's just so much less boring.
No. They don't make sense.
They make perfect sense to me.
The heck? No. Yes, King, I do want to see it after.
It's all just random. Somebody came up with it. It's not like who came up with the metric system, okay? Who came up with it? Because somebody came up with it.
Oh my God, true. Deepest says, I hate both. I just use over there, far, and far away. Those are great measurements, Deepest. You smooth brain. You smooth brain.
You'll say, ayi, aya, aya.
Yes. Oh my god. I use over here, there, and somewhere off in the distance. Nice. Yes.
I'll tell you
nice.
exactly how many fathoms away that is.
I hate everything. Oh my god.
That is 22 cables long.
I mean, we've almost been recording for 2 hours now, Don. So do you just want to cut it off here and come back next week? I think we can all agree that metric is better. So it's a great way to end it.
I don't think so.
Yes. Oh my
well,
god.
we still haven't talked about Aztec buried cities or impossible well, we did talk about that one. What about the Perry Reese maps that show Antarctica without ice?
What? Wait, what?
Yeah, Perry Reese is a cartographer that lived like
we're dumb or not smart.
2,000 years ago. And he used a bunch of different maps from the Library of Alexandria that could be wrong. That could be incorrect. It might not have been from the Library of Alexandria. But he used a bunch of different maps that he cited to make a map of the world that showed Antarctica before it had ice on it. Which
that is interesting.
Which the most recent time that Antarctica didn't have ice on the on its coastlines was 6,000 years ago. So these are possibly 6,000-year-old maps that are accurate.
That's crazy.
And like they actually show properly how the shape of Antarctica without ice. Yeah, it's actually crazy. Yeah.
That's insane.
I love it. Love it.
That's really cool.
I there's some interesting stuff. There's some interesting stuff out there.
See, I'm that person that just like wants to know everything about everything.
I do too.
And I like learning things. So it's like every time I learn a new fact. See, so like half of my brain, if y'all don't know me, half of my brain just consists of useless facts that are just really interesting for no reason. And I save them for just random moments in conversation. I'm like, hey, did you know this? In the middle of like a serious conversation. My timing is awful. But hey, so that's a new fact to just shove in my brain and remember at a random time.
Perry Reese.
There you go. Yes.
Piri Reese. Pirireis. Piri Reese. Yes.
You act like I'm gonna remember that.
No, but we have this to remember that.
We do. We have this recording of us talking about random shit 24/7.
Those are the best podcasts. Those are the best podcasts.
Yeah, they're great.
Should be 24/7. Be great.
Honestly, if this podcast was running 24/7, I think I'd probably go insane.
We'd need at least 5 more people to help us.
100%.
At least
we need to sleep.
Speak for yourself, mortal.
You never sleep. You're so right. You never sleep.
Hardly ever.
Yeah. Well, joke's on you. I have a life. I'm kidding.
That's fair. I don't. I definitely don't. I don't even see people like IRL anymore. I just sit on my computer or go make videos. It's ridiculous. Or I sit on my computer and make videos. It's one of those things.
I leave my house to go to work, and that's it. However, I will say last weekend I did socialize for the first time outside of my house in a long time.
There you go. So, nice.
There you go. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're probably gonna cut it here.
All right.
Yeah,
Sounds
I think
good.
we should. I think this is a good podcast. It's like what, almost 2 hours.
It's only an hour and 48 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's close
there you
enough.
go. Yeah. We did it, guys.
Well, thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week.
We'll see y'all next week. Recording live here at number 15, the podcast. But yeah, so like We'll see you guys next week. We hope you like the episode. Like, comment, subscribe,
Can
all
you
the
do
things.
that on? Probably.
On Apple Podcasts, you can subscribe to a podcast. You can leave reviews.
Probably.
On Spotify, I believe you can also just like follow, like,
do the things. Do the things.
Do all the things.
We'd appreciate it. You don't have to. We can't make you. Well,
but do it.
Might be able to make you.
Grabs just cocks the gun.
Well, I can make a couple of you. No, anyway. But I've got a button here that's no.
Yeah, we have a red button, and we're just gonna press it if you don't like, comment, subscribe, or engage with us in any way. In any way, I can't speak.
You see that button right there? That's it. That's the button.
That red button, guys. That's the red button. Be very careful. Is that? Oh my God, that's one of those little editor keyboards, isn't it? Yeah, it's so pretty.
The DaVinci Resolve Speed Editor.
Yes.
It's got all the buttons.
Yes. I recognize it. It's got all the nice buttons.
And a nice little wheel that spins. It's very very spinny.
You can fast forward.
You can
I need
use
to
these
get one of those one day.
Do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You get it for free with the full version of DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve 17, the greatest way to edit your videos.
This isn't an add-on. God damn it.
Please sponsor me.
Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor me.
Please. If you could sponsor
I love your
us. Please
sponsor us. Yeah, but me on my videos too. Like I use I use it for my business, okay? I use it for my business.
So what do I do? I'm just nothing. It's okay, guys. It's fine.
Let's end the podcast.
Anyway, let's end the podcast. Let's just end it here. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll see you next week, and have a great week. We don't have an outro yet.
I was trying to think up a jingle, but I can't.
What's a little jingle? See you next week, and something.
It's not good.
Insert outro here.
Very nice. Okay. All right.